Hey, I'm Shelby.
And I'm Courtney.
We're exploring our past
Looking forward to our future.
and living for the present, all
All
while
while
learning
learning
how to
how to
live
live
magically.
magically.
All right. Hey.
Hey, I just before we start want to tell you that I've gotten some feedback about our intro and people thought that it's scripted, that we mess it up so bad.
Nope. It's
No,
not.
we just stuck.
I don't know why. I listen to it every time. I listen to it back every time and I'm just like, why is this a thing?
Yeah, why are we not qualified? And
Yeah.
also, why do we just not clean it up and have one person say it?
Or also, why don't we just record it and have the same one every week?
Right.
You know?
That would be smart.
Anywho.
Now you know.
Let's address the elephant in the room.
Oh my God.
I wasn't in Disney last week.
You weren't here. I haven't seen you.
Yeah, that happened.
Devastated.
It was horrible, actually.
It was horrible, and I went through and so did you, full stages of grief.
It was okay. I'm very lucky to be able to go and visit you and Disney World as much as I do.
Yes.
And
Agreed.
so, sometimes if a trip isn't able to happen, it's just kind of whatever.
Right.
We'll go next time, right? This trip, though, it was we trained so hard for that race. I don't know. It just felt different. So I was so bummed. And it was just I kept telling you, it was something in the universe was telling us that we shouldn't be going.
Yeah. I still believe that to be true. I haven't figured out what it is yet, but I think there is something in the universe.
There was multiple times. One, we were in a little bit of a pickle because we were working within Kyle's work schedule of
right.
Yes, he works remote, but we had to fly when he wasn't scheduled.
Right.
So we were hoping to fly either Friday night or Saturday morning, which was not great in flight times. However, usually we can fly those times, no problem. And we had found a flight. I found a flight. It was going to be Thursday night. And Kyle was working until 6 that night, but he was let me just real quick change my shift with this guy. I know that he'll switch with me, and then we can book the flight. And he got his shift changed within 20 minutes, and I went to go book the flight, and the flight had already gone up by $400 each. And I was like, what the heck? So I was so mad. And then it happened again. The next day I found a flight. It was cheap. It was not cheap, but doable.
Affordable.
Affordable.
Could do.
Yeah. And I was laying in bed. I found the flight. I texted you, I think I found a flight. We were going to fly into Tampa. I think I found a flight. I texted you. I run upstairs just to say, hey, Kyle, you good with this time? And he was like, yep, for sure. Run back downstairs to book it. And it went up.
And you literally didn't even wait for me to text you back.
No,
you were on it.
I was gonna book it. Even if you couldn't house us that night because we were gonna be there for an extra night, I was gonna get a hotel because it would have been cheaper, but it was gone. I was like, what? It was so.
There were a lot of elements working against us, I think.
I just couldn't even
in the
believe it.
flight world.
And we could go down this weekend. So the whole thing, if people missed it, was flights down to Florida from Boston were $650 minimum each one way.
And that's already, you have a closer airport, but it's more expensive, right?
Yeah, because it's a smaller airport. But Boston is
You're already commuting to a large airport to save money on cheaper flights.
And I have never,
despite that,
Kyle and I can fly round trip to Orlando for $400 each together.
Totally.
Round trip. This was one way, $650 minimum.
Per person.
And it was like that for the months leading up to the race. It wasn't I was just not booking the flights. We were keeping eyes on it. It was just insane. I don't know. I've never seen anything like that. And it was because of spring break for kids here. But I kept saying spring break, what families are flying down there for that much money?
Right. Well, they probably booked early.
But even months before, they were still that expensive.
Yeah.
Because it was like right when we booked the race, I started looking at flights and they were crazy. Anywho.
Yeah. I know you had like your return flight booked, right?
Yeah, so we did have our return flight booked on points with JetBlue, and it was like normal-ish prices. So I had that booked.
But you got refunded?
Yeah, because it was JetBlue, and I am one of their best customers. Not really, but like they easily refund. I can like cancel flights with them all the time, and I get my points back.
Cool.
So I got that back, and then again we were gonna stay with you, and then you used your GVC points, and that's why we were gonna stay at the beach club, and you were able to get that back.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had dessert party tickets, which we're going to discuss today. And I was able to cancel mine and Kyle's ticket and still keep you guys there. And they refunded us for those. Refunded like to our bank account, not like a Disney gift card.
Nice.
Run Disney, however.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to hear what happened.
I fibbed a little and said that we couldn't make it for other reasons. And they responded back and they were like, so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I had said, like, we're still going to run it virtually because we had trained our butts off for this race. And so I wasn't asking for a refund. I was really asking to be virtual. And they responded and said that they can't give it to us, like, virtually and that they can send us a Disney gift card. But the Disney gift card doesn't even cover half of what we paid.
So how'd they make up the amount?
They didn't.
Was it like 50% or something?
No. I guess, sorry, maybe it was 50%, not including fees, taxes and fees. Just fair. I
would say, listen, I have never heard of people really getting their money back from Run Disney before.
We did before.
So like, shut up.
Oh.
I'm just saying. Like, we did before, but I think a lot of things that have happened to us are like miracles of the Lord.
Not this time.
So, yeah. But, like, the fact that you got anything back, I would be thrilled.
Yeah, I was like, fine, whatever. But I just, like, really... So, we did run the 10 miles.
Yes.
And I just, like, wanted a medal for that.
Yeah. Oh, it's not fair that you didn't get, like...
I mean, it is what it is, but...
Yeah, but they had it as a virtual run. You weren't, like, asking them to mail you a medal from the real race.
Right.
Like...
I was just asking for...
Maybe they didn't order enough boxes to have like backup medals or something. I don't know.
Perhaps. Anywho.
Trying to let them off the hook.
I know.
I will say that, well, we can talk about my experience in the race, but like I will say in general that this one was like pretty well organized.
Really? Okay,
yeah,
let's go.
Impressive.
Let's do it. So you still ran your 10 miles at Run Disney. Jelly. And we ran ours at home.
Yes.
Not at 6 a.m. But how was your experience?
Mine was great. I mean, it was Run Disney. That I know that it didn't really hit me that you weren't coming until I got to the expo.
That was, yeah.
And I got to the expo and I was like, oh my God, like we're not waiting in this line together for the bibs. Like,
yeah,
we're not going to have just the whole thing. Like I went to see, I didn't get to say hi to Brooke, but like I got to see Brooke's booth and be like so proud of her. And like,
right.
You and I definitely would have done that together.
You were like texting me and I was like, oh my God, we're not there.
Yeah. I just
I
couldn't believe you weren't there. But I'm lucky that my husband ran it with me.
Yes.
And yours ran it with you. We're very lucky.
Yes.
But AJ like hates Run Disney.
I know. I asked you after the race and I was like, did AJ change his mind on Run Disney? And you're like, no.
Yeah. He thinks it's like so expensive. He thinks they do a great job. It's like nothing against Run Disney. It's just that it's like a lot of money to wake up at the crack of dawn to run with like a bunch of other people. Like,
yes, I sort of agree, but like I would do it again.
I would, right. I'm like ready to sign up for the next one.
Right.
So, he was like great and very motivational and like, thank God he was there.
Yeah.
But there is something about like the level of miserableness that you and I get to together, but never at the same time.
Yes.
That's like perfect. Like
no one, we've said it before, but like besides our husbands who can deal with us having our little temper tantrum fits.
Meltdowns.
Like,
Right.
I can't run with anybody else but you, and I don't plan on it. Like,
same.
I just know that I can't, and it just wouldn't be the same. I don't know.
No, I totally agree. I can't and I won't for like multiple reasons. Number one, I feel like it's our thing.
Yes.
So like it's our thing, but also like I am such a jerk when I'm running. Like I'm so miserable because I just hate it, but like I'm like committed to the time, the interval or whatever it is that we're like working towards. So I won't give up, but I'm like absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
So it's just,
and we like match. Well, you are right. We're like, usually the first mile, I'm like, let's go. We got this. We're good. And you're like, this sucks. And then mile like 3, I'm like, well, we're not finishing this. So, and you're like, come on, let's go. And then we kind of like ride the wave, one of us up, one of us down, until like, let's say if we're doing a 10 miler, until mile 9. And then mile 9 hits and we're like, holy crap, we're doing so good. Let's go. We just like, and then we're like both at the high and we're good to go. But
we ride it out. Yeah.
My husband is not like that.
Yeah, mine isn't either. There's never a complaint from him, which is great. But like, there's something about the solidarity of like, I want you to be miserable too.
Yes, thank you.
Like
why are you not vocalizing that this sucks?
Right.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Right. And I think that they actually are like enjoying it.
No, Kyle will admit that he like after we finish our 10 miles, he's like, well, that sucked. And I'm like,
oh, okay.
So you didn't want to like have the temper tantrum with me?
Right.
You just wanted me to look like the crybaby and that you just like couldn't handle it? Like what?
Right.
Why?
They suck.
They're
the best, but like jerks.
I will say, so, okay, so course was the course the same as last year's?
I don't remember last year's course, but this one.
I really don't either, actually. I don't know why I asked you that.
Yeah, it was kind of, I thought that it was odd because basically we ran through Epcot.
Yeah.
And then out and around to Studios.
Yeah.
And then like rode for miles like 6, 7, 8. Just
that
rode.
was the same as last year.
And then we ran back through Epcot at the end.
Yeah, that was the same as last year.
Okay. Yeah, that to me was like bizarre that we would kick it off and have park on like action. And then like the hardest miles you're telling me.
I think we said the same thing last year.
That frustrated me also because like in Run Disney, you can't move in like a lot of the places. You can't, unless you're literally sprinting. There's like walkers 10 abreast and like we are also walkers. So there's no shade. It's just like
it's a lot
of people and a lot going on.
And when it's time to run your interval, it's like hard to get out of there and like run your interval without zigzagging through people.
Right.
And
so we always
even
harder like an extra mile.
Right. And it's even harder when you're in like those are like are you on like the walking trail from like Boardwalk to Hollywood Studios?
Yes.
Like that's a tight squeeze.
Correct.
So that's
and like that frustrates me because if there's a time that I want to walk, that I want to give up my run intervals, it's like 6, 7, and 8.
Right.
So I wish it was like in reverse order.
Yeah, definitely.
But
so we went to the beach to run ours, like not on sand, like on the sidewalk to give us like.
Why'd you go to the beach? There was like a track there, like a path?
No, it's just like there's like a nice like sidewalk and it's like, okay, well at least we can like look at the ocean and it's not hilly. It's like very like for the most part like flat.
It's not the ocean, it's the seacoast.
Okay, yeah, we live on the seacoast. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And I will never run long distance, not at Disney, ever again. And as much as I just gave so much crap to my husband, I praise him because he has never run a road race longer than a 5K And he
Wow.
just like went out there and did those 10 miles with me, because I don't think if I knew in my mind that I had done the half marathons and the 10 milers at Disney, would I have thought that I could just like keep going. Because you have no distractions to like.
You're right, but you also
you.
pulled off an incredible time.
We did. I was
Like,
very proud of that. But
yeah, I
I'm
would be
just
super
saying,
proud
like,
of that, especially considering you had no entertainment, no like food stops, no.
we had no water.
That's great. Yeah, I was gonna say, because when you did your 8 mile run, you had like a halfway point, right, where you stopped and got like something from Grammy.
Yeah, when we did our 7 mile, we had like a halfway where Grammy came and gave us water. When we did our 8
Yeah.
miles, we just did laps around our house. So we would stop, we would like left our water at our house and like would stop at the end of the driveway. This race, I knew that on the beach there's like little like beach like bathrooms and like things around the beach. So I was like, okay, we can run those, and there's water fountains there. Every single one was either broken or like not turned on for the season yet. So, I mean, poor planning on our part, but I was like dying.
Because you and I aren't responsible enough to carry our own water.
No, and like I would just get like I guess maybe I should have had like a camelback thing.
Right. I mean, like hindsight's 2020, but
Yeah, but oh my god, so our last like mile, we didn't go for far enough, so we tried to go like 5 miles out and then come 5 miles back, and we like reached the car by like 9, so we had to keep
you were
going
negative splitting.
Yeah, so we had to go the other way.
Yeah.
And I was like, we have to stop at the car. I need a drink beforehand. So like our last mile is so slow because we like had to stop at the car because I was like gonna pass away.
Well, I get that. I mean, thank God this one had Powerade. Our last 10K that I did, they didn't have Powerade. They only had water. Which
Yeah, they only do that for the longer ones.
I need the Powerade. But
Yeah.
like AJ's trying to like jog through the water stop, and I'm like, I can jog through the water stop too. And I'm like getting
can't.
Powerade up my nose, like
I have to
terrible. It
full
was
stop
awful.
to like take a sip of a drink.
Oh, so do I. I mean, we learned that.
Yes.
But
Well,
ridiculous.
either way, I'm so proud of us and
I'm proud of us too.
all of the other runners. Great job. And all
Yes.
runners from Run Disney season 2023, because that was the last
Yes.
race of the year.
This was the closeout.
Yeah.
And like special shout out to our bud,
KG,
KG,
freaking crushing it. Every
freaking crushing it.
single Run Disney race plus Castaway 5K. A beast.
All of them. And she added up the miles on her Insta.
It's like
and
115 miles.
115 miles of race. Not
Yeah,
150
not
miles of training.
Her training. Crazy. Crazy,
And
crazy.
like she
crazy.
trained.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she did the laps, did the miles.
She did a half marathon for shits and giggles and then went to work.
Yeah, that's
No.
unreal.
It's a no for me.
So shout out to her for finishing the season like a champion.
Yes.
My next question for you is what we always ask each other after a big race.
Mhm.
We're going to do it again.
Yeah, I would do it again. I still like. Obviously, yeah, I would do it again. Only at Disney. I do want Kyle to experience Run Disney though.
Yeah. That's fair. That's valid.
So, but like, yeah, I would run a race with you again. Yeah. But
Well,
I'm
also,
still
do
not
you-
changing my mind on last week. We talked about it, and I said that like a 10K doesn't really like tickle my fancy.
Yeah, I think I would do a half.
Okay, great.
I don't want to, but like I mean, you and I both negative split like from mile after mile. We got faster and faster and faster.
And like we trained, and like we're faster than we have been in the past. Like I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm just saying, like, I've never walked out of after a finish. I was gasping for air and dying because the last mile always is like too fast, too hard, hot in the sun, whatever. But when I crossed the finish line, I didn't need to like sit down and rip my shoes off or like, you know, all of the things we go through. I wasn't like barfing in a barf bag. I didn't need to ice myself. Like I felt great. I had another 3 miles in there.
If you can do a 10-mile race, you can do a half marathon.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
It's a mental thing at that point. It's a mental
It's a
thing.
mental thing at that point.
Honestly, after mile 3, to be honest with you, but
See, I disagree. It takes me 3 miles to know I'm going to be okay, to like settle in. The first 3 miles
you're
are
right. Maybe
miserable for me.
Yeah.
But then like once I'm like, well, we've been doing it, so
Well, we can't turn around now.
right. What are you going to do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I need a makeup trip either way.
Yes, please.
And great. And you
Except
saw
I know
Happily
you're
Ever
talking
After
about
without
coming
me.
again. And if you do, it better be when I'm here.
I know.
I just want to make that a public announcement
Okay, I know.
and threat.
Well, I mean, you're the one traveling, not me.
I'm just saying.
Well, I would be traveling too.
Right.
Okay, here's another reason. We're just going to jump into this. I have some biz stuff to talk about today.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Tell me. Is it about s'mores?
No. Maybe, kind of. It's what stemmed it. I need to go to Disney because I need content.
Yep.
Here's the deal. Pixie is actually turning 9 next week.
Crazy.
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
Gonna be a whole 9-year-old. Almost in double
that's
digits.
like middle school.
I know. She's getting naughty.
Crazy.
And I am like sitting here having social media friggin' sucks, okay?
Yep.
It sucks. It's not like it was 9 years ago.
I am aware.
To get anything like good on your content, any engagement on your content is not freaking easy.
You got to be at Disney.
I got to be at Disney. But also, I think I went through this phase of, this is the big epiphany that I had last night into this morning. On my Pixie account, I kind of just went to like my feed's really pretty.
Yes.
Like I plan out my posts so they all like look the same on like a row of the feed and blah, 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 blah. But they really don't get the engagement. So does that really matter that my feed's pretty? No. So I think I need to like backtrack and go back to like what I used to do, which is literally just like sharing the magic and also sharing my shirts.
Yes.
And that could mean just sharing a video on the People Mover, which I did this morning.
Right. It's hard to share some of that stuff when you're trying to fit into a formula of like, isn't your formula like a picture of people and then like a flat lay and then like a...
Yeah. And again, it looks really pretty on the feed, but like...
Very aesthetic.
Who really cares, right?
Well, I think that the world is like leaving Instagram and moving forward. I don't know if it's necessarily like to TikTok or to whatever, but like my mom made an Instagram yesterday post. So I'm kind of like, okay, we've lost. Instagram's over. So in saying that, I'm not saying Instagram is necessarily over, but I'm saying like, I think that people are less looking for like the curated, perfectly coiffed post, and they want a little bit more raw.
I agree. So I
Not
just think
you in particular.
No, I know.
Like, in the world,
I think I just
Instagram
like
was known as like perfect and
and I just think I had like this epiphany of like, okay, Pixie's like turning 9. It all started on Instagram, really, and like let's just like go back to the basics of like doing what I was doing before and just like really post what you like.
Correct. So, I think that's the whole secret is like once you become too formulaic about it, it like
and it almost becomes
backfires.
Like, yeah. And I like made like B Shelby Lee to like share more like personal stuff and yada yada yada, and like I'll still do that, but I think I'm gonna take like what Disney content I would post over there and put it on Pixie. Why am I not?
I don't know why you aren't.
I don't know either. I think I just like.
Well, I think
it's like all about like
point,
overthinking your content.
Yeah, well, I'm the queen of underthinking my content, so like.
Yeah, but like that friggin' works.
Works on TikTok.
You posted you had a Instagram post go viral once, and you didn't even know.
Yeah, I know. Thank God for you.
But like you didn't even think about that, and you just posted it. So I guess I'm like here to say, just like stop overthinking your freaking stuff and just do it.
Right.
And on that note, I also want to share something that I did for Pixie.
What?
Take your shot. Just take your shot, okay? There's a girl that I follow she was on a TV show and a reality TV show because I watch really bad reality TV. And she was talking about planning a Disney trip. And I, what do you say? Shoot your shot. I shot my shot. And yeah. I just like slid into her DMs and was like, hey, I would love to.
You pulled a Courtney?
Yeah. And I was like, hey, I would love to send you some of my stuff if you would like to go to Disney, if you're going to Disney, whatever. And she was like, oh my God, I would love that. And she has like over 350,000 followers. And I was able to send her my stuff, and I like wrote her a note that said like, no pressure on sharing any of this. Like, right. That's not great if you do, but whatever. And she is at Disney right now, and she shared one of my shirts. I gained like 300 followers, which was like pretty freaking awesome.
Are you kidding?
And it was just like really cool to see. And she's just a normal person, and I don't know, just like shoot your shot. Shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot. I'm all about shooting your shot.
Like the worst thing that's gonna happen is somebody's gonna say no, or you're gonna send them stuff and they're not gonna post it or whatever. But like shoot your shot.
Yep.
So just wanna share that little tidbit.
I'm all about shooting your shot, and I'm all about not overthinking it before you shoot your shot. Like, both things you said are very much in alignment with who I am. Like,
I know.
Done is better than perfect.
You're right.
Like, just having something done is better than working until something is perfect and never releasing it and never, like, getting to that point. And I think it's the same. Just, like, don't overthink it. Shoot your shot. And, like, if it fails, then, like, thank God you didn't work your ass off on it. But also if it does well, then like you have some inclination of like now you could reach out to people and mail them stuff. And like there's a chance that they will wear it and post it and whatever.
Correct.
Which is amazing.
Also, that's what makes you a great entrepreneur. But also I want you to now, when this comes out, re-listen back to what all you just said, because you're kind of like contradicting some things that you say, because I just like know that you want to do like new things and you're already like hesitating to do new things, and if you listen back to what you said, you wouldn't actually be hesitating to do those things. So
you're right
just saying
you're right. I think this is my year that I am like shooting some shots though.
Okay,
so we'll see.
Heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
But yeah, I just like I don't think this just means like shooting your shot and like by being an entrepreneur, like sure. I think this goes back to like shooting your shot in any stage of life for whatever it is that you want.
I totally agree.
Like, I'm going to tell another story that I don't know if I'm supposed to share about Kyle.
Oh, God. Oh.
You already know. I saw something.
Yes, this is a great story.
I saw something on a Facebook group, What's New, about Kyle has this dream. You know, I have like a dream to like work at Disney in the Christmas department. Yeah, Kyle has a dream to be on a game show. And
love that.
I saw in his Facebook group that they were like casting for a game show. I'm not going to share which one because I can't. And if I knew anybody that like wanted to be in it, so I like send this girl a message and with Kyle's info. Sure enough, she calls him, and he got a second interview with like producers for a game show. And it all happened yesterday, and it was the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. He was like on a Zoom call. He had to like practice the game, and she was like coaching him basically to like get him to, I don't know, kind of like get on this show. And they are going to take his Zoom call and like snip it into like a 2-minute clip and send it then to the actual producers who decide, and like within a month we'll like find out if you got a call back.
So cool.
Insane, but another example of like shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot. Well, and like if he makes it on, he could make money too.
Oh yeah. It's not like it's not like one of those like $1 million game shows, but
I would take literally like a Price is Right showcase.
Yes. Well, you know we were like already talking about it. We're like, honestly, like to win the money would be like really great, but just like to do the experience would be unreal. Like,
Do they pay to fly you out?
we have no idea.
You have no idea. Okay.
I would have to assume so, or at least fly him out.
Well, yeah. I would assume so too, but then I also know that like when I used to watch like Jeopardy, they would say like if you're going to be in the Los Angeles area,
Oh,
give us
true.
a call to be in the studio audience. But maybe that's just for the studio audience.
You're right,
Maybe
you're
they do
right.
fly people in.
Once we know more, and of course, once like we find out if he did or didn't get it, then I can share a little bit more. But
Shoot your
yeah.
shot.
Shoot your shot.
I love it.
Like, if you think you deserve a raise at work, this is your sign to go like shoot your shot and go tell your boss what you're worth. How about
Yes.
that? How about that?
I love it. I'm all about the feisty negotiations.
I'm like
You are
on
worth
one
it.
today. I don't know.
Yeah, I love it. You are on a bender.
Thank you. Which also, like, if you follow me and you follow Pixie Lee and Co on Instagram, can you just like give me a like, please? Thank you.
Oh my god. The algorithm is a jerk.
It's so hard.
It's not fair. And then like you'll see that you get like better traction on your personal page than your business page.
It's so
and that's,
aggravating,
like,
which I guess is like another thing that if you are a small business owner is like to make sure you are growing like your email subscribers. I now have tech subscribers. I have like a Facebook group. Like it's like a pain to have all of the different sources per se, but like, I mean, I am very lucky to have the email subscriber list that I do and
the text list that you have.
and the text list, like that really saves me when Instagram isn't showing my content. So just something to really like push, I guess, if that's something that you're doing.
Yeah,
Anywho.
if you're a business owner, I've always learned that when I did like Beachbody MLM stuff, they always said like your email list is the most important thing that you own because like not only can Instagram trash your content, they also can literally shut you down if they feel like it for any reason.
Yeah, and
So-
I also know that like from working at the Dragway and stuff, like an email subscriber list, that's like what's worth the money, to be honest.
Right.
So like if I was to ever sell, like that's worth the money.
That's what I was about to say. When I sold, had to provide my metrics for social, but I also, perhaps more valuably, was my email list.
Yeah, it was the same thing when I did like marketing at the Dragway. Sure, our socials were what it was, but the email subscriber list was more valuable.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Good
Okay,
advice. I love it.
I want to chat about the dessert party that I didn't get to attend.
Are you sure you want to chat about it?
No, but I have some questions because I find it a little fascinating.
Yeah, well, I think it was very different than what you and I thought it was.
Okay, so I want to know more. We have done quite a bit of dessert parties in the past. Yes. We are those people. I just prefer it.
Yep.
And I think if you don't do it all the time, but it can be worth it. But basically, a dessert party ticket, they're like roughly like $100, I want to say. And you get dessert, of course, a buffet of desserts, like pretty much anything your heart desires, really.
There was like a crepe station. They had like a full cheese board.
Yeah, and then they had the cheeses.
In addition to desserts and
fruits. And then now your dessert party ticket also comes with select beer and wines and champagne.
Yes.
And other soft drinks for $100. And so correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you saw it, but I believe when I was booking the tickets, they have a pre-party and then they have a post-party.
There are 3 parties.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah.
3 parties. So that's where we got confused here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So anytime we have done dessert parties in the past, we've always done the pre-party. So you show up like an hour before fireworks. You go in, you have your desserts, your drinks, yada, yada. And then they walk you over to a spot in the hub grass. There's like one that's like roped off just for dessert party guests. And you're not like standing there like shoulder to shoulder. You have a great view of the castle and you watch the fireworks and then you go on your merry way. And then I assume the post party would be same thing, except for you watch the fireworks beforehand in the hub grass and then you walk over to have your desserts after the fireworks. I would have to assume.
That's my assumption too.
Then, so whatever I booked you guys was a little different.
It was called Seats and Suites.
That's what I booked.
Yes. And I think because it was called Seats and Suites, we got to stay in our seats.
Okay, so because when you like FaceTimed me and you were literally in the dessert party
Tomorrowland
is
Terrace.
Tomorrowland Terrace, like where the restaurant doesn't exist, but it looks like there's a restaurant, but it's not. And you were in these seats, and I didn't really love that.
I mean, I loved it because like we had a seat. So
Well, yeah,
that
of
was
course.
great. And they gave us like a great table. We were right in we probably had the best table you could have had in that area.
Yeah, yeah,
I agree with you that the view wasn't the same.
yeah.
It definitely wasn't the same, but Tinkerbell flew literally above our head,
Okay, that's cool.
which was really cool. And the bar stays open until 10 minutes after fireworks,
Oh,
which is like super nice to me because like the most annoying time to me for fireworks, well, is really the whole entire time. But like the pre part, because you have to like rush, get a seat, sit in the street and wait and do nothing.
Yeah.
So I love that the dessert party takes care of that.
right.
Then there's the viewing. I love that I'm not like nuts to butts with a bunch of other people.
Correct.
Then afterwards,
The
think about it. Everybody literally does like an about face and sprints out of the park.
Oh yeah,
So to have like an extra
10
10 minutes
minutes
to get a beer and then like
Yeah.
sit down and
take it in.
wait it out,
Yeah.
yeah, was like a delight because I wasn't like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. Like,
I'm
crowds.
so
Oh.
confused though because I'm pretty sure like any other time we've booked a dessert party, it was like the $100.
Oh, you think this was like more?
I think it should be,
I think it should be too.
and I don't think it was.
Because we got in at 8, fireworks were at 9, bar
And-
stayed open until almost 10. Like 9, what fireworks go until like 9:30, so
Yeah, I would say yeah.
9:40. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. And a fun tip for people to know, there were 3 of us. So it was myself, AJ, and KG that went to the dessert party. We ended up having a friend with us named Megan who didn't have a dessert party ticket. but
Okay,
we
yeah,
were,
I was wondering
wanted her
how-
yeah, we wanted her to come with us.
Yeah.
So we like approached the counter and because of course we had been watching and they were sold out. So we approached the counter and talked to a manager because we already had to talk to a manager because it was like under your name. So they like couldn't
Oh,
find
really?
us. Yeah. And like it was under your maiden name.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, I was like, Shelby Remillard, Courtney Coover, Bob Smith, anybody. You don't have any of these names.
I
And they were
changed
looking at me
it, so
like,
that's
"Are you-"
interesting.
They just were looking at me like I was trying to break into the dessert party.
Right,
and I was
right.
like, here's my confirmation, I'm real. But anyway, we were speaking to a manager, and basically because we were already at a 4-top with 3 of us, they were like, yeah, we don't care. And she had to pay, but like she was able to sit with us.
Yeah,
So it was awesome.
good to know.
Yeah.
It's also kind of like a little trick because if you
That's what
are
I'm saying.
looking for a 4-top, but you can find 3 tickets, book them
Right.
because you
Right.
got an
I'm
empty
all about
seat at
it.
your table anyways.
But like, don't expect to sneak somebody in if there's 2 of you and you want
Right.
to go to a 3.
That doesn't make sense on a 2-top
Right.
table
Right.
in twos.
But it was definitely awesome. And my final takeaway of it was, of course, I was like downing the champagne because I'm a champagne girl.
Yeah.
But they had a full juice, milk, iced tea, whatever station
Yeah,
also.
and don't they have that
They have Pog.
Yeah, they have Pog.
So I was making like mimosas with Pog.
Nice.
They were fantastic.
And I will say you FaceTime me briefly and
Yes.
for Happily Ever After, and I texted you right away, and I was like, wow, the projections just through FaceTime looked way crisper than before.
Yes.
Like you can
Yeah,
definitely
it was
tell
beautiful.
There's like been a little upgrade.
Yeah, which makes me worry though about this whole like castle staying pink situation.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but
Ugh.
the moat is dry, so like, are they just demoting to take down the doodads?
Interesting. I didn't know the moat was down.
Yeah, the crane will be
Um,
back soon enough.
Oh my God, I love the crane. Do you remember when there was like a full Instagram account dedicated to the crane?
No.
Oh, that was one of my favorite times in life because it would just be like pictures of the crane ruining family photos.
Family photos, yeah.
Yeah.
I will always
I loved
remember.
it.
I remember the crane because Caitlin, Wish Upon a Starry Night, got engaged by the castle, but the crane was in it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
But they were like, the crane was there the entire trip, so there was just like nothing they could do.
Right. What are you going to do about it? Not get engaged? Like,
yeah. No. Crazy.
Oh my God. One final thing I think we should touch on
Yeah.
is, do you know what happened this morning? And like, have you heard about it at all?
The annual passes are back, or that we're halfway to
Yeah.
Halloween?
Both, but like APs are back.
APs are back, and it's looking like it was kind of disastrous to get one. People were waiting a long time.
Disastrous. And I don't know, have you heard, like, I heard one person that got one, but I think Kate's still waiting.
No, Kate got hers because I saw.
Oh, she did?
I saw that she got them. You know, I was thinking I almost went on stories like last week to talk about annual passes, and like if you are not a Florida resident like me, because you don't have the option to do the payment plan.
Right.
And so like you have to pay it all up front. And I was thinking like, because I remember that I had previously once had like a 4-park ticket, which cost like, let's say, I don't know the math, but like, let's just say it was like $500.
Yeah.
But then once I got to the park, I was able to upgrade my 4-park ticket to an annual pass and just pay the difference. So it was kind of like a cheat the system payment plan in a way, because like then you don't start your AP until you get there, and then like you already paid half of it like 6 months ago for say whatever. But then I was telling somebody that in my DMs, and they were like, yeah, but I'm afraid that they're going to stop selling the annual passes again. Like they're going to get maxed out and then not do it. And I guess I didn't really process that when last time we talked about this. I didn't really think, oh yeah, they're going to start selling them and then take them away again. But now I'm starting to look at it, and especially with this, like people were waiting in line for so long, I think they are going to stop selling them again.
I think they're going to stop selling them again, or like I wouldn't say they're like creating fake demand, because I think the demand is obviously there, and it's like the parks are crowded. There's it's not like empty and they're like fake whatever. Right. But that being said, like, are you just telling me that their technology team blows? Well, as wife of a former technology team member for Disney.
Okay, like, this is like nothing new.
You're right, but but my question is, does the technology team blow? Which I don't actually think is the case. I think that they're building artificial hype. Like, think about the whole news story that's coming out of this tonight.
It's the same thing with Run Disney.
It's the same thing with Run Disney, but I think they learned from Run Disney that, like, if they do it with annual passes, it'll be all over the news tonight, like the national news.
All right, fair.
So smart PR move.
I guess, but also at the same time, like, it seems like anytime you're trying to get tickets to anything, it's like this. Look at getting Taylor Swift tickets. That was a joke and a half.
But that's the thing. Like, you're telling me to get a Disney ticket is as hard as getting a Taylor Swift ticket?
But I'm just saying, like, Ticketmaster doesn't have this technology. Right. Disney doesn't have this technology. Who's holding it?
Who's holding the technology?
AJ.
AJ's got it. Oh my gosh.
I'm just like, it's like a thing everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're totally right. I can't help but wonder if a little bit of it is intentional to get media attention.
I hear you.
Because, like, the people that wanted the annual passes were the same people that would sit on the internet for 4 hours and wait for the annual pass to go through.
You're right. I guess let's revisit this next week if annual passes are still available and you can just go pop on whenever you want and get one, because that would be interesting.
Also, what were the prices like? Do you know?
I think the only one that I can get is like $13.99.
I like have no concept of how much annual passes cost. I just like close my eyes and run the credit card, but that's nuts.
It is nuts, but like also when you really think about it, when a 1-day ticket costs like $110, and
it's a deal.
It's a deal because you You can go for the entire year, every day, if you really wanted to. You don't have to pay for parking, which is another freaking $40. You get annual pass discounts.
I can go to SeaWorld and get like baller treatment with my gold annual pass.
But
I'm like top tier.
We're talking like apples and oranges here.
We're talking apples and oranges, but I'm saying that the price for my like premier annual pass.
Okay. Let's not compare SeaWorld because I think that's like a totally different thing.
I'm just saying my ticket is $250.
Well,
not even close.
Universal Studios, though, their annual passes are like, they're very cheap. I want to say you can get.
Are they?
Okay. I actually might be making this up now, but I'm pretty sure they're not $1,400. They're like.
You think they're under $1,000?
I think they're under $500.
No.
I really think that.
You better. Why don't you ask the internet real quick?
I'm gonna ask the internet.
That would be wild to me if annual passes for Universal Studios in Disney, Florida, in Orlando, Florida, are under $500. There's no way.
Well, it would be crazy because I remember when we went, it was so expensive.
Yes.
Okay. There's different. They have options here.
Sure.
So the highest one you can get a premier pass is $904. But the cheapest one, a seasonal pass, is $424.
Yeah, but I think we can get a seasonal pass to like you can get like a weekday select.
Yeah, but a seasonal pass, like $424. I'm pretty sure when Kyle and I went, it was like that in our tickets.
Right, but you can get the same thing for Disney. If you're only going to go during the week, there's like an Epcot After 4 pass.
You're right. Okay.
That's like cheap. So if you're only going to go into Epcot After 4 and not go anywhere else, then it might only be worth $300 or whatever.
Fair enough. I just still think though, like if you're back to Disney, if you're already charging $110 per day per ticket, then $1,400 really isn't crazy in the grand scheme of things.
Stretch.
If you are going for at least whatever the math is, 7 days, 8 days, right? Then it pays for itself. So an 8-day vacation, and then again, you get free parking, you get discount on merch, some food, and sometimes you get discounts on hotels.
Yes.
So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that expensive.
If you're like a Disney person, it's definitely the best deal.
Yeah. And if you're like if you like live there, Florida residents, you have even cheaper options, but.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
Anywho.
Crazy times.
That's all I got. You got anything?
I got nothing. I wish I was on Tron right now. That's all I got.
Okay. I'm just going to share the text that I sent you earlier because it really, I was like, hey, remember when we stayed at the campgrounds and we got that really slow golf cart? I don't know. It just really crossed my mind earlier this morning.
R.I.P. will never forget.
But the listeners just don't understand how slow this thing was.
It was one of the best examples of Instagram versus reality.
It was walking. It was slower than our walk.
For sure. We definitely could have walked.
It was crazy. Anyhow.
And we tried charging it. We tried.
It was busted. It was broke.
It was busted.
And I'm sorry to whoever else got that golf cart.
I know. We should have spoken up. We just gave it back.
That was on us.
Whoops.
Anywho. All right. Well.
I miss you.
I'm sorry that I didn't get to come.
I'm sorry you didn't get to come too. But I'm so proud of you for running the 10 miles, and I'm even more proud of you for all the training you did, and I'm the most proud that you freaking crushed your time.
I'm most proud that I made a financially responsible decision.
Well, I'm proud of you for that too. What are you going to do next after making a financially responsible decision? I don't know. Build a nation?
No, but go back 4 episodes ago when I was talking about spending $18,000 on Disneyland. Just kidding, not $18,000, but it felt like that.
$1 million.
Yeah. Look at me now.
I'm so
still
proud of
financially
you.
recovering, so I couldn't go to Disney World. Anywho.
That's right.
No, I'm so proud of you for all our training and crushing it and even doing it without me and not
Thank you.
yelling at AJ in the process.
Thank you. I did. I only yelled once, and it was very brief.
I'm great.
So thank you.
Yes, I am really proud of us. I'm truly.
Me too.
One more thing before we leave. I'm truly more proud of us for the training that we did than I actually am for like doing the run.
Same. The run's the easy part.
Like in the grand
Now.
scheme of things, we did months worth of training and we never skipped a long run.
That is remarkable to me that we never skipped a long run and like through your wedding.
Okay, we did skip a long run through the wedding. But like
no, we
the
didn't
long
skip
run
it.
back then was like 3 miles. It was like nothing.
Right.
So no, we didn't.
Yeah, we never skipped any like actual mileage.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7,
Correct.
8.
So I'm proud of us.
Yeah, I'm proud of us too. Good job. High five.
Alrighty. Well, I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.